Hello everyone. In this episode, I'll be sharing a mysterious creature from the United States, the Dover Demon. In the 1970s, in the state of Massachusetts, USA, a report of a bizarre creature sighting caused panic among the public. Around 10 p.m. on the evening of April 21st, 1977, in the town of Dover, Massachusetts, 17-year-old William Bartlett was driving near a farm area when he saw a small, humanoid creature crawling along a stone wall by the road. At first, he thought it was an ordinary pet or domestic animal, but when he aimed his car's headlights in its direction, he realized that this creature was beyond his comprehension. According to his description, the creature was less than 4 feet tall, humanoid but with body proportions clearly different from those of a human. Its head was large, like a watermelon, with a thin body and long, slender limbs. Its fingers were curled, and it was completely hairless. Its skin was rough and pinkish peach-colored. When it turned its head to look at the light, he could also see its 2 large, glowing orange eyes. Feeling nervous, Bartlett didn't stop to investigate and quickly drove away. Although the sighting only lasted for about 7 or 8 seconds, Bartlett still managed to draw the creature he saw from memory, and noted that he swore on a Bible that he had seen this creature. From this drawing, we can clearly see that the creature's body shape is similar to that of a primate, but the story from a single teenager was hard to believe on its own. Coincidentally, 2 hours later, around midnight on April 21st, another 15-year-old, John Baxter, saw the creature while walking home along Miller Hill Road. According to his account, he initially thought it was a friend playing a prank and even called out to it, but the creature didn't respond. Upon a closer look, the creature resembled a monkey, but its body proportions were clearly unnatural. Its feet were gripping a rock tightly, while its upper body was supported by a large tree. As it stared at him with its pale eyes, Baxter felt scared and uneasy, so he quickly fled back to the main road. And the sketch he drew of the creature was like this. The creature's features were almost identical to what Bartlett had drawn. The story wasn't over. The third sighting occurred the next day, on April 22nd, also at night. 15-year-old Abby Brabham and 18-year-old Will Taintor were driving along Springdale Avenue when they encountered this creature crossing the road. Brabham described it as having a massive, egg-shaped head and slender limbs. Its large, round eyes would emit a bright light. As for Taintor, he only caught a quick glimpse. He described the creature as having a large head and a tan or brownish body. Those were all the reported sightings of this creature. It was later discovered that the locations of the 3 sightings coincidentally formed a straight line on the map. In the period that followed, the media received information from the police stating that the creature reported by these teenagers might be a hoax. However, officials later interviewed the witnesses separately and found that they had no prior contact with each other, ruling out the possibility of a group prank. For a time, news of the mysterious creature in Dover spread rapidly around the world. It also attracted the attention of many researchers. The famous cryptozoologist, Loren Coleman, became the lead investigator of this creature and named it the Dover Demon. Coleman speculated that this type of creature, the Dover Demon, might have appeared long before. It's just that people didn't investigate it deeply. The reason is that during his interviews, he discovered that as early as the beginning of the 1970s, there were rumors at the local Sherborne High School that several students had seen strange small creatures in the woods. Similarly, in 1972, someone also saw this creature at a pond near Springdale Avenue. Local police also dispatched officers to search, but their efforts were fruitless. The investigation quickly reached a stalemate. After being sighted continuously over 2 days, the Dover Demon vanished without a trace. A large number of adventurers and scholars went searching for it but found nothing. It was as if it had never existed. To this day, there have been no new sightings of the Dover demon. This can't help but make people wonder, did this creature really exist? Regarding the truth of the Dover demon, a large number of people believe it was a newborn moose or a foal, and that lighting conditions caused the witnesses to have a visual misidentification. This theory also takes into account that the witnesses were generally young, with a possibility of cognitive inexperience. But I find this theory unreliable. First, I searched online for images of these two animals. Even in their youth, their heads are not disproportionately large, and the ends of their limbs are hooves, which does not match the witnesses' descriptions. Secondly, in 2006, the first witness, Bartlett, stated in an interview that he was very clear about what he saw at the time, and said that he is a serious person who would not make things up. At that time, he was 46 years old and a well-known artist, clearly having sufficient cognitive ability. Another theory suggests the Dover demon is an extraterrestrial life form. As is well known, the United States is a country frequently visited by UFOs, and the Dover demon's large-headed form happens to match early conceptions of aliens. Massachusetts did indeed have reports of unidentified flying objects in 1952, making everything seem plausible. But Coleman, in his 2013 book, Monsters of Massachusetts, pointed out that the Dover demon is not a ghost, a fairy, or an extraterrestrial traveler. It is a living anomalous phenomenon. Bartlett also mentioned in the interview that he doesn't think the Dover demon is an alien, so this theory is highly controversial. There's another explanation that leans toward the mythological. It suggests the Dover demon is the Managishi, a little people from Cree folklore. The Managishi are usually described as small, primate-like creatures, with long legs and arms, 6 fingers on each hand, a round, hairless head, large eyes, and no nose, living in the rock crevices by rivers. I carefully researched this creature and found that because so many people have linked the Managishi with the Dover demon, both images and literature now describe it in the aforementioned way. However, the Managishi of actual folklore is mostly recorded as a hairy, clothed little person, the exact opposite of the Dover demon, and it doesn't have glowing eyes or 6 fingers. Besides the Managishi, there is another little people from Massachusetts folklore, the Pukwudgie. Its name essentially means person of the wilderness. They are said to be native to America, a kind of primitive humanoid creature. They possess intelligence, are hostile towards humans, are between 2 to 3 feet tall, have gray skin, large ears and fingers, and can use magic. Most depictions show them as also having porcupine-like quills. Neither of these theories has actual evidence, and they exist only in word-of-mouth tales. It's been 45 years since the first sighting of the Dover demon. To this day, the creature's existence has not been confirmed. I believe that the possibility of this creature's existence is there, but it's not high. From a cryptozoological perspective, from ancient times to the present, there have been legends of wild men or dwarves all over the world. Of course, some are true and some are false. But just like the giant squid, although its legend can be traced back to the 4th century BC, before its existence was confirmed in 2004, who would have really believed that an invertebrate could grow to be over 10 meters long? The reason I say the possibility isn't high is that there are some significant contradictions in what the witnesses described. In fact, before the 1980s, there were still many species that hadn't been defined. Perhaps the so-called Dover demon has already walked into our lives. It's just that we haven't connected them. As the saying goes, the unknown is always greater than the known. This is the allure of UMAS. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching.